But you're scared to answer because you're locked in another man's house. Locked in another man's prison, man. You'll never get out of that psychological prison until you open the door and Christ set you free.
That's right.
Woo! Read on.
It's chapter 9 and verse 13.
Bring it up.
As it is written.
As it is written. Read.
Jacob have I loved.
Jacob have I loved. Read.
But Esau.
But who?
But Esau.
The so-called white man. Read.
Have I hated.
Sister and brother, we've been to school before. I know 1 + 1, 2 + 2, 2 × 2 = 4. I know these things. So you meant to tell me my English teacher didn't tell me past tense? And what's the future tense? ED mean that's past tense. These brothers ain't even dropped down in 8th grade, but they're going to try to tell you how to read. The Most High said, as it is written. As it is written. And when the Most High writes something, you can't take it back. Jacob have I loved. The Most High say he used to love Jacob. He don't love him anymore.
Listen to this complete madness. Listen to this complete madness. He's now saying the Most High hates Jacob, but he loves Esau now. This is complete madness. Listen up.
Esau have I hated. He said I used to hate Esau, but I don't hate him anymore. Sister and brother, this is the beginning of this class right here. Please tune in.
That's right.
Esau is not the white man.
That's right.
He is Jacob's brother. Please believe this, sisters and brothers. Please believe this. What we at, Brother Nay?
14.
Okay. No. 13 and 9, right?
Verse 14.
Uh-huh.
What shall we say then?
What shall we say then? Read.
Is there unrighteousness with God?
So, that's a question, brothers and sisters. That is a question mark after that. Is that unrighteousness with God because he said that he don't love Jacob anymore and he loved Esau? Is that unrighteousness with that? Man, corner, we would talk that man, that's the corner message sail down now to the Nile River. I'm denying that.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha HaKodash, and double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, you fellow believers of this faith, this ministry. That includes you sisters that support this ministry, this truth, and shalom to the elect. So, upon doing this video, I just wanted to go into this group, One Body. I believe that's this group, One Body, supposedly in Yahushua. Before we get to the nitty gritty of what they're talking about as far as Jacob and Esau, I mean, Elder Apostle Tahar obviously put this up on his channel, as you saw the intro. But as I did further research on this group, we found more proof that this group have sold out, right? I'm going to just get to the point. All groups and businesses like IUIC, all their tax records by law are public knowledge. Things they fill in isn't, but for the most part, it shows their tax records, right? So this is 2022. Now remember, some years back they were calling themselves One Body in Yahushua. Then, as the heat started picking up on the Israelites, they changed their name to One Body. And we're going to show you why. These are the tax, the return exempt from income tax. Section 501C 5274047, Internal Revenue, right? This is what they said. It says, briefly describe the organization mission or most significant activities. Now notice, it doesn't say One Body in Yahushua. This is 2022. As you know, that's when they pretty much changed it. right? Maybe a year before that. One Body is a non-profit organization of Christians from many denominations dedicated to presenting Jesus to this generation. Now, this brings me to the IUIC and why they don't call on Yahushua, because One Body in Yahushua can't say that name Yahushua. Remember, the scripture says his name is dreadful amongst the heathen, right? And now, as Nate even pointed out, Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC pointed out the Rosicrucians came to them and paid them off, right? Well, he said they did in One West, which we believe they paid him off, because now he doesn't say Yahushua. You see the similarities? None of them say Yahushua, right? It says, and to training and equipment of believers for their part in fulfilling the Great Commission. They said they want to present Jesus to this generation. So as we're trying to get away from Jesus in a real name, Yahushua, if there's so-called what they call the H group, these people are not going to allow you to say the name Yahushua. That is a terror. So clearly, when we go on down, right, this is what it says. It says contributions and grants, $1,018,166 this year. To the current year, $1,092,689. And when you go to the previous ones, they didn't have that. I'm not going to go that far back as that, but they didn't have that. This is clearly telling you that they had took that bag. That is taking the bag, period. Why can't they call their group One Body in Yahushua anymore? They can't do that. This is why the Wadi, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, the Lord put the Spirit on the Apostle to heart to put that up. And then I decided, let me go further into this group and dig and do a little bit more research. And look at this, $1,092,000. Okay, that's what it was. And it shows that generation automobile expenses, credit card processing, $35,567. I'm not going to go through all their, expenses. But here's this. Check this out. Cash on non-interest bearing, $179,288, $242,797. Total assets, $179,000. This is public records. Anytime your information is public records and the IRS is involved, you got to know what that is, man. You got to go what it is. And this is talking about 1 year. They're not on the level of the IUIC yet, but they know to give them whatever they need to give them. Now, I'll quote a scripture real quick because we got to mix it with the scriptures. Matthew 16:26. What is the profit of man to give for the whole world to lose his soul, which really means to lose his life? What will a man give in exchange for his life? I'm looking at this grants and gifts and contributions, $628,000 and $870 in 2018, 19, 20, 22. Look at this. When they start calling themselves, see, they'll let you say Yahushua in the beginning, but boy, when that time comes and you get feeling good and that money starts coming in, and they start raising it up. They start raising it up. And it goes in 2021, $1,018,000. 2022. And a total $4 million, right? $272,249. No wonder they gave up the name Yahushua, man. Right? No wonder they said Edom can make it and Jacob has been hated. They are really putting it in their ear. These people now, the One Body, not Yahushua, these people now have become the enemy of the body, the true body, which they've already were. Now they're being told and puppeted to turn themselves, which means they never had faith. They never believed in the Messiah. Now, the flunkies that follow him, they probably do because they don't know any better. Some of them may be sincere, which I don't know. We don't know who is and they're not, but this man Jephthah, he was never sincere. And now look what he's teaching, man. Let me get this. He says, now I'm going into the rest of the lesson. He says, Jacob have I loved. This is Paul quoted, reading out of what was read, and you're dealing with Jacob alone and Esau alone. So we'll say Jacob have I loved, but Esau have hated. But watch what Malachi 1 says. I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I loved I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau. So what he's trying to say is his past tense things, right? But watch what it says. And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished. Now we're talking about the whole nation of Edom, right? We are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. So yet he says, I love Jacob, but I hated Esau. The reason why you see Jacob and Esau, because he was the so-called founders of the nations. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, and Esau and his tribes, the dukes of Edom, right? Right? As you see the dukes of Hazards, right? Impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, right? And they shall call them the border of wickedness. The people, here we go, the people against the Lord whom have indignation forever. So Malachi 3:6 says, I am the Lord, I never changed, right? And then we go in the New Testament, it talks about the sons of perdition in the 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter, right? Talks about the downfall of Babylon. Well, who runs that? Because they go on to say Esau is not the white man. Well, then who is it? Job 9:24, the earth given into the hand of the wicked. If not them, then who is it? Then we see, Revelation 18, when it talks about the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, the golden cup in her hand. Who runs that? What people run that? Anyway, that proves who they are. Let's go to Genesis. Now, there's been much proof that the Romans, the bigger portion of the Romans, were Edomites. That's clear. Look at downtown D.C., Rome, right? Look at all your buildings. They all look like Rome. They were the Edomites, Petra. Genesis 25 and 25, just going back to the basics. And after that came out, well, let me go to 25. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. Notice it doesn't say ruddy in this text, right? And they shall call his name Esau. And after that came out his brother, right? And his hand took hold of Esau's heel. And his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So through process of elimination, when you read and start understanding about Esau's heritage and where he lived in, Mount Seir, let me go to Genesis 35 and 8. It says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. So I don't know who they claim the white man is, according to the Bible, or who Esau is, according to the Bible. I think they say it's Arabs or something like that. I don't know. But you read Genesis 17, they're talking about Ishmael and Jacob. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know if they claim it's the Arabs, but let's see. Let's go to Obadiah. This group is a complete sellout, man. They completely sold out. Now, when you look at history, you look at archaeological evidence. I guess the best way to say it. You can clearly see that who would be Jacob and who would be Esau. It says as a nation, because these were nations. It wasn't just about Jacob and Esau. It was about the nations. Right? Out of Jacob, you would have the 12 sons, the patriarch of Jacob. And out of Esau, you would have the sons of Esau. You see what I'm saying? So, Obadiah 1, and it should be common sense. Obadiah 1, and you can read the whole Obadiah if you got time. It really will clear everything up. Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? Right? And understanding out of the mount of Esau? And it just keeps reading. I just want to get to the point. One point I wanted to get to. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. Now we do know, like the Babylonians, you had other people have eagles, but in this text, this what we're talking about, because it's talking about the men of the Confederacy who made peace, right? Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, speaks of they take the world by violence. They destroy lands. There's only one group of people who did that. Who controlled the whole earth? Do not say the Arabs. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, we see Germany, we see America, I think Russia and various other places on a whole level. And though thou set thy nest amongst the stars, right? I don't think the Arabs is doing that. Thence would I bring thee down, saith the Lord. So this is showing you who are the Edomites. This is called the destruction of Edom in the Bible Hub Bible. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? Right? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? All we got to do is go through the history and put it together. See, this group, one body, was a target from the beginning. These elites looked at him and knew he was weak. Right? They knew he was a big stuffed animal, sitting a big hairy stuffed animal with big glasses that they could get to, man. Right? It says here, how the things of Esau searched out. All the men of Confederacy had brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee, you have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. This man hasn't kept one goddamn treaty. They that eat the bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in this man. Right? So you can read this whole thing. Here we go. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And this is talking about the destruction of Edom right here. This is how you know. Why in the King James Bible it says the destruction of Edom. And then it goes on down here to say, because thy violence against thy brother Jacob. But then you read, they set in their nests amongst the stars and laid a wound under thee. The men of Confederacy had brought thee to the border. This is all bringing it together. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. So the struggle is between Jacob and Esau. Not so much Jacob and Ishmael. And it says, I'm going to just get to the point. You can read this whole thing. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and a house of Joseph a flame, but a house of Esau for stubble. So our biggest enemy right now is Esau. All the nations came against us, especially them Philistines. Right? But right now the biggest enemy is Esau. So this is what we see. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. What person on the earth, what group of people on the earth have all that power and all the riches to be able to do everything that's being done? So in other words, ignore what this man is doing. Worry about the Arabs. This is the sick mindset, and this is what happened when you're paid off and you take the bucks. Right? So as we saw, this group is a complete sellout.